Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You got Lanny and Bert, the Dividend Diplomats. We are here to talk to you about our stock purchases from last week, so get ready, everybody.
Get ready to smash that subscribe button. Give Bert the Hurt and Lanny a thumbs up. Dividend investing is what it's all about. We love it. We want to teach you. We want to show you what we do. And again, this is another week of dividend stock purchases that we're covering because we were both busy this past week, and Bert definitely juiced up his dividend investments. Again, it's all about showing that the proof is in the pudding. We just don't talk about it. Oh, dividend investing is great. Building your passive income as a form of dividend income is awesome. No, we actually buy dividend stocks, and we actually want to show you what dividend stocks we're buying.
And that's what, in all seriousness, that's something that's very important to us. We built our blog almost 7 years ago, and we've been writing about our journey towards financial freedom. We talk about how we find the stocks. We talk about how we grow our dividend income. It's important for us to be fully transparent with you and to show how we're growing and we're buying the stocks we talk about, because we don't want to sell you something that we're not willing to do ourselves. Every time we build a watch list, it's because we want to buy the stocks too, and we want to share that with you so maybe you can grow your passive income as well.
We're not selling a program so you can get the sneak peek at what we're buying. Again, on our blog, we talk about it. We tweet about it. We video this stuff because we just want to show you, because again, if I was somebody at any age, I would want to know this information and kind of see what people are actually doing, and not, again, we just love providing this because we just want to help people.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better, Lanny. And to find these stocks, just to give you a quick recap, we use our Dividend Diplomats dividend stock screener, 3 simple metrics and a bonus metric. Price to earnings ratio less than the S&P 500, payout ratio less than 60%, and a history of increasing dividends. We look at the dividend growth rate and how long they've increased their dividend. And once they pass all 3, of course we throw in that bonus metric of looking at a company's dividend yield.
And again, the dividend yield is going to explain to you how much that they're going to pay you. If you buy a stock at $100 and they have a 3% yield, you get $3 per year.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's very easy to understand. So that's why we are pumped to talk to you about some of these stock purchases that we had and talk about how much income we added too.
So as we said, February 16th, again, it was a short week. We had Monday off, Valentine's Day this past weekend. So therefore, you only had 4 days to really buy dividend stocks, and the stock market is still in fuego right now.
Yeah, it's insane, and I think it's come through with Lanny's first purchase. He can probably attest to how hot the stock market's been because he's been deploying a strategy of buying Vanguard every week. And Lanny, what has happened to your cost basis?
I'll tell you what, this cost basis keeps creeping up. Yes, we still bought, my wife and I each bought our 3 shares that we do every week into Vanguard's High Dividend Yield ETF, ticker symbol VYM, and this is the highest price that we have paid for these shares. Again, Vanguard on their site shows that the price to earnings is still below 20 times earnings.
Sure. So I'll believe that when I see it, but sure, yeah.
Because the overall stock market is at 35 times earnings right now, so this still has that undervaluation factor comparative to the market. But my wife and I each bought shares on Tuesday, February 16th. I grabbed the 3 shares. There's a little bit of a glitch that was happening. I was pretty frustrated, but the trade went through. 3 shares at $96.02 for Vanguard's VYM for me. My wife got it at $96 at the market open, 3 shares of Vanguard. So total, when you actually look at the total cost of this, was $576. At a yield of 3.03%. I always estimate that they pay around $2.91 conservatively in a yield, because Vanguard actually shows a higher yield than what I showcase. I stay conservative because I don't want to set myself up for, maybe the dividend wasn't that much. But we added $17.46 again to our forward income. Again, almost $600. And only $17.46 was added.
Yeah, but it's a model of consistency and what this strategy has done. Whether the price goes up or price goes down, Lanny and his wife are making these purchases, and I think that's the important thing, sticking to a consistent strategy and watching your income grow because of that.
Right. So, this is taking the emotion out of the purchasing. It doesn't take that, it's high, it's low. You're just buying, and riding the wave of what the market's doing and adding income.
Yeah, because if Lanny took that approach and said, I'm going to wait for VYM to actually come down to lower levels, I hate to tell you this, he probably he wouldn't have bought this for 6 months now if he just kept waiting for the price to come down. That's why you don't time the market. We can't say that enough. You do not time the market.
Yeah, at $85, I was like, whoa, this is getting higher. At $87, whoa, this is getting higher. We're at $96 plus on VYM now. Just as an example.
Yeah, it's insane. So congrats on the purchases. I love how it drives you nuts that yours was at 96.02 and your wife was at 96.
My wife beat me. She beat me.
Yeah, and you don't know how much stuff like this eats away at Lanny. So I'm getting a big smile watching it happen. But that was not the only purchase that you had. Yeah, it's at what? Now you just pulled it up, 96.33 right now. There it is. There it is. It's that simple. The price just slowly keeps going up.
In the words of De Niro, it's what it is.
Yeah, but I actually didn't make any purchases on Tuesday. My first purchase was on Wednesday the next day, and I bought 2 stocks. The first company we added to my wife's portfolio was Cardinal Health, ticker symbol CAH, and this was one of the companies that was featured on my recent dividend stock watch list because they were showing signs of undervaluation, and they check all the metrics in our Dividend Diplomat stock screener. So again, I talked about the stock I was watching. Price looks great. Price went down a little bit.
Buy.
Yeah, easy decision. I didn't have to think about it. Added Cardinal Health.
How many shares?
5. So that gave us for another almost $10 of dividend income right there.
At what yield?
I'm not telling. No, I'm kidding. It was 3.74% yield.
A dividend aristocrat with a below 14 price to earnings ratio at a 3.7% yield?
Sure, sign me up. I already have a large position, but now we're going to start slowly adding to my wife's position and building it out.
Now the second company I love, this is going to be really cool to hear what you have to say about this institution.
Yeah. So we've talked. Probably noticed on our channel, Lanny and I love banks. That's the industry that we've kind of grown up in. For better or worse, we know a lot about banks. We love looking at their financial statement. Large banks, small banks, it doesn't matter to us. We love banks. We love banks.
Banks love us. And specifically, we like the community banking industry. Again, that's kind of where our career started in auditing, really the small local community banks that you see around the corner, throughout the Midwest especially. Specifically, we were usually looking at banks under $5 billion in total assets, which that may sound a lot, $5 billion. That's not a small bank. Put it in a frame, JP Morgan's pretty much at $4 trillion in assets.
Yeah. So that's what's cool about banks. You look at them by their asset size, and $5 billion is a small community bank in perspective. It's nuts to think about that, but it's really cool because that's the sector and the size we love. This company was actually tipped off to us by a YouTube commenter. When Lanny was talking about some of his purchases of community banks earlier in the month, this person said, "Hey, can you look at Dimeco Bank, ticker symbol DIMC, and see what you like?" And guess what? Lanny and I love this stock when we started talking about it.
Love this stock.
We do. It's an $833 million in assets in eastern Pennsylvania, so they're right in our footprint.
Love it.
And it's the size of the bank we like. They have strong capital ratios. They just released earnings. You saw earnings growth. The metrics from the banks look great. So I added 15 shares at a price of $34. So we put in just over $500. That added $20.40 of dividend income. The yield on the purchase was 4%.
Solid. Adding $20, initiated a position. And Bert, I'm actually going to challenge you, double your position this week.
Funny story. I did, but my limit order never triggered. I went to, and my limit order never triggered. But I will probably next week continue adding because the price went down, but I couldn't buy it on a market order. I had to buy on a limit because the trading volumes are very low for some of these community banks.
Let's see if Bert can cross that 30 share threshold mark and really get that engine going.
Yeah. So what about you, Lanny? What were some of the other companies you or your wife purchased?
Yeah, my wife actually, in her stock portfolio, we kept it consistent on Tuesday. Similarly, so Bert's wife got, the 5 shares of Cardinal Health at $51.97. And let's just say that it runs in the family on my side because my wife had a lower price than me.
There it is.
She bought 1 share of Cardinal Health.
So the big winner this week was Lanny's wife because she seemed to just beat everybody.
She beat Bert's ass.
Yeah, come on.
She got it at $51.60, Cardinal Health. Only 1 share. Again, just kind of like, kind of hit the limit order that was in place for her. Added $1.94 to her forward income at 3.77% yield. But my wife was also buying another Dividend Aristocrat. And actually, it's a top 5 foundation stock for your portfolio. And what other company did she buy one whopping share of? And really it was one share because she does have a large position with this long-term classic company. You've all heard of Thomas Edison, and she bought one share of ConEd, ticker symbol ED, at $69.60, 4.4% yield, added $3.06 to the forward income.
Fantastic. ConEd under 70, easy decision. That's a no-brainer. Company has a strong dividend history. Dividend Aristocrat. Their PE's creeping down with the stock price going. They have a solid dividend yield and a average.
Utilities are getting hammered right now.
They are.
So
yeah, and their dividend growth rate's nothing fancy. The 5-year average is 3%, but it's a utility company, so it's consistent growth.
To a dividend king.
Yeah, I can easily see why when the price hits below 70, sure, keep adding shares. And I expect that you're probably going to see 1 or 2 more shares in the future weeks.
That's right. So I really wanted to talk about those because this all happened on a Tuesday. And Bert, I know you were still busy throughout the week.
Yeah, and this really, what he was saying with adding one share, I took the same approach with my wife's portfolio on Friday. At the very end of the day, we added one share to 2 companies that she already owned. One we talk about all the time on this company. It was actually also on my watch list, Pfizer.
And in Bert's medicine cabinet in that.
Yeah, I know where you were going with that one, Lanny.
I'm kidding.
And
maybe I am.
Yeah. However, not the company anymore, as some commenter pointed out last time.
True, 'cause I was on part of the spinoff. I like it.
Yeah, someone call Lanny out on his BS. I love it. We added one share of Pfizer.
Maybe Bert bought them while they were,
No, you were busted, Lanny. It happens. It happened. We have one share at $34,499. Okay, I don't know sometimes the price, but anyway, at $1.56, yield of 4.52% at the purchase. So we're going to keep slowly building her position.
It's hard not to buy Pfizer. I mean, when you look at it, because the dividend is supposed to be spun out into the 2 entities upcoming here, and it's hard to not look at Pfizer with the metrics right now. So I could see why you would keep buying.
Yeah, and as her cost basis goes down, I'll just keep adding 1 or 2 every week just to keep filling out that position.
Pfizer, the COVID vaccine winner here.
Yeah, and the last company we purchased, we're moving out of healthcare into your cupboard or your pantries, whatever you want. Yeah, Orville, Ohio's finest.
With the stock like Smuckers, it has to be
good. And exactly, Smuckers, ticker symbol SJM, one share at $114. This is going to be a surprise purchase, but they're yielding over 3%. We added $3.60. Their PE ratio is in the low teens. Their payout ratio is well below our 60% threshold. Their dividend increases. They have solid 5-year dividend growth rate. They're working on becoming a dividend aristocrat. They still have probably a decade to go, but they're on their way. So products, love it. Peanut butter, jelly, coffee, pet food, easy.
I mean, a consumer goods staple company, and I mean, Smuckers is a great stock to buy or consider on your dividend stock watch list. I mean, gosh, I keep looking at them too because I think they're actually trading a lot lower now. They're actually at below 114. So, Bert, keep your eye on.
Yeah, we may be
getting
building
another
up
share or 2.
Yeah, maybe. Before the end of the month, we'll keep trying to round out her position. So we've talked about all of our purchases. Lanny, you want to do a quick recap of your purchases?
Quick recap again. I wasn't as busy. It was an interesting week for me. The stocks that I've been watching that really, Warren Buffett bought Verizon, a ton of it, which I think over $8 billion worth of Verizon. So that kind of popped their stock price up a couple dollars.
Yeah, I guess that's how you fund those 5G auctions that you're going through. Getting a nice little investment from Warren.
I say, Warren, hey, I beat you there. My stock price appears lower than yours.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to know that Warren's watching our channel and got the idea to invest in Verizon.
Warren's like, oh, these guys are onto something here. But so again, I was really hoping to grab more shares, but the stock price popped a couple dollars higher than where I wanted them at. But again, overall, we deployed $697.26, added only $22.46 to the overall forward income at a yield of 3.22%.
Hey, very solid. We added $918.40, added $35.28 in dividend income. That's a nice 3.84% yield on purchase, which has actually been lower than some of our purchases, but very happy with the stocks we added.
So what did you buy this week? What dividend stocks did you acquire? Which ones are on your watch list right now, finishing off the month of February, maybe heading into that first week of March? We're curious, and I know the community is as well.
Yeah, we want some more community bank investments as well, so let us know what are some of the community banks you think, because you know what? We take your comments seriously because we went out and bought one of the stocks you suggested. So
yeah, we analyzed it. We took that pick that you threw out there. Looked great. Price to book was great.
Yeah.
So again, we listen. We listen.
Yeah.
We love doing this.
Yeah, and clearly we want your help too.
So again, if you liked the video and you had fun watching what stocks we bought this week, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We can't wait to keep talking to you about dividend investing and trying to get to that financial freedom standpoint by this method.
Yeah. Thanks. I can't add anything more.
This is Bert and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats.
Over and out.